Picture this. You walk into a Subaru dealership with a simple check engine light. 2 hours later, you're staring at a $1,800 repair estimate. Sound familiar? Here's what they don't want you to know. Most Subaru repairs can be done for a fraction of what dealerships charge. I've been working on Subarus since 2008, and I've learned tricks that can save you serious money. Not shortcuts or cheap fixes that'll bite you later. Real repair secrets that keep your Outback or Forester running strong without breaking the bank. Today, I'm sharing 15 money-saving secrets that most Subaru owners never learn. These aren't complicated procedures or expensive tools, just insider knowledge that can save you $2,000 or more every year. Keep watching, because even one of these secrets could pay for your next vacation. Let's start saving you money. Secret number 1. The $20 head gasket leak fix. Head gasket leaks terrify Subaru owners, and dealers know it. They'll quote $2,500 for a head gasket replacement on the first sign of coolant loss. But here's what I've learned. Many external head gasket leaks can be stopped with a $20 bottle of Stop Leak. Not all Stop Leak products are created equal. Cheap ones clog your cooling system and cause more problems. But Bars Leaks, Head Gasket Fix, and K and W Block Seal actually work on minor leaks. I've seen them stop external seepage for 50,000 plus miles. The key is catching it early, before the leak gets massive. Here's how to use it properly. Make sure your cooling system is clean. First, add the product to a cold engine. Follow the instructions exactly, including the driving cycle. Monitor coolant levels closely for the first few weeks. This won't fix internal head gasket failures where coolant mixes with oil, but for external seepage around the gasket, it saved my customers thousands. Dealer cost for head gaskets, $2,500. Stop Leak Fix, $20. That's a $2,480 savings if it works. Secret number 2. Clean your MAF sensor before replacing it. Check engine lights send people into panic mode, especially when the dealer says you need a $300 MAF sensor replacement. But 80% of MAF sensor codes are caused by contamination, not failure. A dirty MAF sensor gives your ECU wrong airflow readings. This triggers codes like P0101, P0102, or P0103. Instead of replacing it immediately, try cleaning it first. Buy an $8 can of MAF sensor cleaner from any auto parts store. Remove the sensor, usually 2 screws and a connector. Spray the sensor elements gently. Don't touch them with anything. Let it air dry completely before reinstalling. Clear the codes and test drive for a week. I'd say this fixes the problem 80% of the time. New MAF sensor, $250 to $300. MAF cleaner, $8. Potential savings, $242 to $292. Secret number 3. Replace window motors, not entire regulators. When your power windows stop working, dealers love to sell complete window regulator assemblies. That's a $400 to $600 repair for each window. But most of the time, only the motor fails, not the regulator mechanism. You can buy just the motor for $40 to $80 and swap it onto your existing regulator. This requires removing the door panel and some basic mechanical skills. But it's not rocket science, and YouTube has excellent tutorials. The motor usually bolts on with 3 to 4 screws. Transfer it to your old regulator and you're back in business. Complete regulator assembly, $400 to $600, motor only. $40 to $80 labor savings by doing it yourself. $200 to $300. Total potential savings, $560 to $820 per window. Secret number 4. Fix CV joint noise without replacing axles. That clicking sound when turning usually means CV joint wear. Dealers will immediately recommend new axles for $400 to $600 per side. But if the boots aren't torn and there's no excessive play, you have options. CV joint grease breaks down over time, causing noise and wear. Repacking the joints with fresh grease often eliminates the noise. This requires removing the axle and disassembling the CV joint. It's more involved than some repairs, but still doable for DIers. You can also try CV joint additives like Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. Add it to your engine oil, and sometimes it quiets noisy CV joints. It's not a permanent fix, but it can buy you time. New axles, $400 to $600 per side. CV joint repack, $50 in parts, 2 to 3 hours labor. Potential savings, $350 to $550 per side. Secret number 5, clean your throttle body instead of replacing it. Rough idle, poor acceleration, and high idle speeds often point to throttle body problems. Dealers love to sell new throttle bodies for $300 to $500, but 90% of throttle body issues are solved with cleaning. Carbon deposits build up on the throttle plate and bore. This disrupts airflow and confuses the idle air control system. Remove the intake tube and spray the throttle body with carburetor cleaner. Use a soft brush to scrub away deposits. Don't force the throttle plate open. Let the cleaner do the work. Some newer Subarus require a throttle relearn procedure after cleaning. This usually involves turning the key to on, not start for 10 seconds, then off for 10 seconds. Repeat 3 times. New throttle body, $300 to $500. Throttle body cleaner, $6. Total savings, $294 to $494. Secret number 6, replace just the wheel bearing, not the hub assembly. Wheel bearing noise is common on high-mileage Subarus, that rumbling sound that changes with speed and turning. Dealers sell complete hub assemblies for $250 to $400 per side, plus labor. But on many Subarus, you can replace just the bearing for $30 to $50. This requires pressing out the old bearing and pressing in the new one. Most machine shops will do this for $20 to $30. So for $50 to $80 total, you can fix what dealers charge $400 to $600 for. The catch: this doesn't work on all models. Some newer Subarus have integrated hub assemblies that can't be separated, but on 2005 to 2015 models, separate bearings are often available. Complete hub assembly, $400 to $600, parts and labor. Bearing, only $50 to $80. Savings, $350 to $520 per wheel. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. Secret number 7, fix sunroof drains before water damage occurs. Clogged sunroof drains cause expensive interior water damage. I've seen repair bills over $3,000 for water-damaged electronics and carpeting, but preventing this costs almost nothing. Sunroof drains are just small tubes that carry water from the sunroof frame to the ground. Leaves and debris clog these tubes, causing water to back up into the cabin. Clean them annually with compressed air or a flexible wire. The drain outlets are usually behind the front wheels and near the rear bumper. Blow air backwards through the drains to clear any blockages. This 10-minute job can prevent thousands in water damage. Water damage repair, $2,000 to $5,000. Drain cleaning, $0. DIY with compressed air. Savings, $2,000 to $5,000. Secret number 8, use aftermarket keys and remotes. Lost car keys are expensive at the dealer. They'll charge $200 to $400 for a new key fob plus programming fees. But you can buy aftermarket keys and remotes online for $20 to $50. Programming procedures are available online for most Subaru models. Many don't even require special tools, just a specific sequence of key turns and button presses. Even if you have to pay a locksmith $50 to program it, you're still saving hundreds. The only exception is newer models with proximity keys and push-button start. These usually require dealer programming equipment, but for traditional key fobs, aftermarket is the way to go. Dealer key fob, $200 to $400. Aftermarket key fob, $20 to $50 programming. If needed, $50. Total savings, $130 to $330. Secret number 9, replace brake pads without resurfacing rotors. Dealers always want to resurface or replace rotors when doing brake pads. They'll claim the rotors are scored or warped and need attention, but most rotors can be reused if they're not severely damaged. Light scoring is normal and doesn't affect braking performance. Slight warpage can often be corrected by proper break-in procedures. Before agreeing to rotor work, ask to see the measurements. Rotors have minimum thickness specifications. If they're above minimum and not cracked, you can probably reuse them. Sand the surface lightly with 120 grit sandpaper to remove glaze. This gives new pads a better surface to bet against. Brake job with rotor replacement, $400 to $600. Brake pads only, $150 to $250. Savings, $250 to $350. Secret number 10, clean your EGR valve before replacing it. EGR valve codes P0401, P0402 usually mean expensive repairs at the dealer. They'll quote $300 to $500 for a new EGR valve, but most EGR problems are caused by carbon buildup, not valve failure. Remove the EGR valve and soak it in carburetor cleaner overnight. Use a wire brush to scrub away carbon deposits. Pay special attention to the valve seat and pintle. Also clean the EGR passages in the intake manifold. Reinstall everything and clear the codes. This fixes about 70% of EGR valve codes. New EGR valve, $300 to $500 EGR cleaning supplies, $10 savings, $290 to $490. Secret number 11, replace oxygen sensors in pairs. When one oxygen sensor fails, dealers often replace just that sensor. But O2 sensors age together, and the remaining sensors usually fail within 6 months. This means you pay for labor twice. Instead, replace oxygen sensors in pairs. Upstream sensors together, downstream sensors together. Buy aftermarket sensors for $40 to $80 each instead of OEM sensors for $150 to $200. Brands like Bosch, NGK, and Denso work just as well as OEM. Do the labor once and be done with it. Single sensor replacement, twice, $600 to $800. Pair replacement with aftermarket sensors, $300 to $400. Savings, $300 to $400. Secret number 12, fix oil leaks with correct gaskets, not stop leak. Oil leaks are common on older Subarus, especially valve cover gaskets. Dealers charge $400 to $800 to replace valve cover gaskets, but you can do this repair for $50 to $100 in parts. The key is using quality gaskets, not cheap ones that leak again in 6 months. Felpro and OEM gaskets last longer than no-name brands. Also replace the grommets and washers while you're there. Clean the mating surfaces thoroughly with brake cleaner. Torque the bolts to specification in the correct sequence. This is a perfect weekend DIY project that saves hundreds. Dealer gasket replacement, $400 to $800. DIY gasket replacement, $50 to $100. Savings, $350 to $700. Secret number 13, test your battery before replacing it. Dead batteries send people straight to the parts store, but many dead batteries just need charging or have corroded terminals. Before buying a new battery, have it load tested. Most auto parts stores do this for free. A battery that fails a load test needs replacement, but one that passes might just need attention. Clean the terminals with baking soda and water. Charge the battery overnight with a battery tender. Check for parasitic draws that might be draining it. Also, batteries can fail internally but still hold a charge. If your battery is over 4 years old and causing starting issues, replacement is probably wise. New battery, $150 to $250. Battery cleaning and charging, $10. Potential savings, $140 to $240. Secret number 14, use generic fluids that meet Subaru specifications. Subaru branded fluids are expensive and often unnecessary. You don't need to use Subaru Super Coolant if you can find coolant that meets the same specifications. Same with brake fluid, power steering fluid, and differential oil. Read your owner's manual for the actual specifications, DOT3, GL5, etc. Then buy generic fluids that meet those specs. The auto parts store can help you find equivalent fluids. This can save 30 to 50% on fluid costs without compromising protection. Just avoid mixing different brands or types within the same system. Subaru brake fluid, $12 per bottle. Generic DOT 3 brake fluid, $4 per bottle. Savings per service, 60 to 70%. Secret number 15, learn basic diagnostic skills. The biggest money saver is learning to diagnose problems yourself. A $25 OBD2 scanner can read check engine light codes. Online databases tell you what each code means. This prevents shops from selling you unnecessary repairs. For example, code P0420 often means catalytic converter failure, but it can also mean oxygen sensor problems, exhaust leaks, or engine misfires. A shop might immediately recommend a $1,200 catalytic converter, but you might fix it with a $50 oxygen sensor. Basic diagnostic knowledge puts you in control. You know what's actually wrong before you walk into a shop. This prevents upselling and ensures you get the right repair. Unnecessary repairs due to misdiagnosis. $500 to $2,000 OBD2 scanner, $25 knowledge gain, priceless. Adding up these secrets, it's easy to save $2,000 plus per year on Subaru repairs. Some of these are do-it-yourself projects that require basic tools and some mechanical aptitude. Others are just knowing what to ask for instead of accepting the first diagnosis. The key is education and preparation. Know your car. Understand common problems, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Your Subaru is a reliable vehicle that doesn't need constant expensive repairs. With these secrets, you can keep it running strong without emptying your wallet. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.